Hello everybody, this is the horoscope psychic astrology for the week of the 18th to the 25th of October 2020. I'm Sara, psychic medium, and I will be going through each sun sign in turn. Do check out your moon sign and your rising sign as well. If you'd like a private reading to look further into your situation, then please go to my website www.saraperrypsychic.com. Every bit of information you need is in the description bar, or follow the links to my website. And please feel free to subscribe, then you can get all the updates on special offers that are coming in. If you'd like to get a regular reading at an affordable price, then do sign up to my subscription. You only have to pay 1 month at a time, and it comes directly out of your account once a month. You can have any type of reading you like for that month, which is obviously equivalent to a full reading. It can be a past life session, it can be a general reading on love or career, or you can have an hour's mentoring or therapy. Do check it all out. It's all there for you to have a go at and to help change the vibrations in your life. That's what I'm here to do, to facilitate something more positive. Do like, share and subscribe if you haven't already done so, as it really supports the channel. And check out the timestamps for each horoscope. So, hello Aries, what have we got for you today? Well, this week there is more spontaneity, there is more faith coming back in. I feel like there's a trickle of hope in general around this week. So even if you get some lows, you're going to get some really major highs. I am getting Thursday or Friday. I'm getting 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. specifically. And I'm getting Greenwich Mean Time, which would possibly be the UK. So that is going to affect somebody particularly in the UK. If this is you, then please do write a comment below. It's great to hear some feedback. Now, there are, I feel, opportunities to create more abundance in your life, and it is around younger people this week. People with a light sense of humour, people that are more spontaneous, more inspirational, or just generally younger people. If you work with children, if you are a writer of children's books, if you are young at heart, it is the best option for you. I'm not expecting everyone to change their jobs, but if you are working in a field, you are amongst people that have got old school theories, or I'm not saying that's all bad, but this week I feel like you need to be into that place of the unknown, into something without expectations, where you are stepping into something new, you're excited, you're adventurous. So make sure that you surround yourself with people like that, and if not, then just step away and go and find something for yourself. Dig a hole, but a good hole, to find the treasure, not to bury your head in it. Now, work-wise, I have a difference of opinion with somebody, or it may be that you are questioning something in your workplace. I feel that something isn't as settled or as rigid or as structured as you thought. The foundations in a situation are not as firm as you thought. This could be that a job offer has come in and the contract doesn't look as stable as you thought it would. I'm getting like a 3-month situation. Maybe you're getting offered a 3-month probation rather than a 6-year contract. Maybe you're looking at all the clauses. I feel like people are looking through the details. Because Mercury's in Scorpio, we are going a bit deeper, and certain things will be revealed. So I feel that if there's any kind of what I call the darker energies or the mysterious things that we tend to miss, I feel like they will be shown this week. Mercury being retrograde often hides that truth and creates disillusionment. But I feel that this can work in your favour this week, right? So what I'm saying is that you will, through the doubts, because you may feel doubts or something may not be completely clear, you will start looking deeper. So you won't be more inclined to overlook the details. You're actually going to be wanting to look at the details this week. And I feel you could find a few things that aren't maybe to your liking as much. Let go of the fear of walking away from something or renegotiating. I feel like there is time to put something back on the table. You've got a 3-week period. Number 3 seems really important this week, especially around work. There could be a very pleasant surprise coming from somewhere else, completely different direction. I do feel that males are connected to these surprises that could just come in. Remain calm at all times. Don't go in or agitated or frustrated. Just literally lay out what you want. If it is in writing, make sure it's very clear. There's no bias, there's no emotion involved. It is just clarity. If you've got a question, just ask the question. Okay, don't make it kind of demanding or aggressive, or like you're pointing out something. Just be inquisitive, be the child, like we said before. Just kind of like, is this, can I just clear this up? What does that mean? Like you're really, really new to it all and you just want the information. Then you can take it away and think about it. I feel like you shouldn't be making decisions right on the spot this week. Although I'm saying that kind of childlike thing is jumping in, it's a sense of be open, think, okay, right, that was the answer. Right, I'm going to go away and I'm going to play with this for a while. I'm going to have let's look at all the different ideas before I completely commit to what is on offer. I feel like there's more than one offer out there, okay? So if you are uncertain, listen to your gut or turn it around to your advantage. And if it isn't able to be turned around in your advantage, then maybe it's time to move on. There are going to be clear signs this week, definitely. Some like hidden agendas could come up, particularly around work. Now, really, relationships, there is a breakthrough here. And again, the details are coming up. Now, in the main reading, if you were to listen to that, which I would advise, one of the things that I have said is that some of the things that are maybe less comfortable this week that happen are actually going to work out to our advantage because they are being shown to us so that we can learn more, we can gain more knowledge, and we can create the balance. When you have the information and you have the facts, you can do something about it. When you don't have the information, it feels just open-ended. It feels unresolved. There's uncertainty. And I feel this week you're going to gain a lot of information about somebody around you. Maybe there's somebody you like and you hear some information about them and you suddenly realise, oh, things aren't as dark as I thought they were. It's definitely a breakthrough moment. And what I'm seeing is you being given the control back, you feeling more in charge, you feeling like things are moving forwards again. So even though everything feels like it's going backwards in general, there are some highlights. As I said, there are some things that will be moving forward. So focus on the positives. I say this every week to people, just at the moment, have a journal or at least list the good things that have happened so that you can remember them. If there is a dip, you can go, well, that was good. You can just focus on that and watch your thoughts, okay? It's very important this week. Hello, Taurus. Now, this week is going to be an emotional week for you. You may be questioning, do I go left? Do I go right? Do I go forwards? Do I go backwards? You maybe feel very maternal about somebody, very connected, just a really, really deep connection with somebody or people around you, or wanting to nurture things or bring things close to you. I do see water sign energy being very, very important this week. I do have the sign of Cancer. This could be that, and I feel like this is, again, this mothering energy. Maybe you want to be mothered. Maybe you want to be looked after or supported, or it could be the other way around. But that's what I'm feeling. It's that sense of nurturing, bringing everything together, feeling secure, feeling warm, feeling comforted, okay? So it is emotional on that level. Maybe you're realizing the importance of certain things in your life, certain people in your life. Maybe there's an emotional situation that is happening this week. You're just feeling a lot. I mean, Mercury being in Scorpio is bringing up a lot of deep-seated emotions. So it could be bringing up stuff that maybe things that you haven't valued as much, or when people are away, you miss them more, that kind of thing. There is a question around somebody's agenda, though. I will say that you're starting to see maybe a group or a network of people that have certain agendas that are, I'm not going to say, I'm going to say use the word cheating, but I don't mean it in the sense that necessarily they are, cheating as in romantically, but a feeling that they're cheating the way, the honourable way. Okay, it's like they're cheating the system. Maybe they are jumping the queue, or they are taking more than they should, that kind of thing, where you feel like, hang on, they're cheating me out of what I should have. And the new moon was a lot to do with taking back and claiming back what is yours and your energy. And I feel like this week you are going to be awakened by certain people's motives, just what is yours, what what's important. Again, it's like that sense of nurturing. What is my family? Who's important to me? What is the biggest priority in my life? And it could be awakened by somebody else's undoing or the way they behave. I do see this around females, particularly. Okay, it's all about divine timing. What Spirit is showing me is to double check your figures this week. Double check the calendar. Now, this could be that you've missed, maybe you're pregnant and you didn't realise you've missed a period, or you suddenly thought, oh my God. Maybe not, I don't know, but it's that kind of thing. Oh my God, I got the time wrong. Oh, I got the date wrong. Oh my goodness, I should have been here. Oh, they said this and this didn't, this has actually happened. It's like a realisation this week of timing, of connecting the dots, but realising that actually you've miscalculated. I'm getting the 17th again. Now, I brought the number up, the 17th came up in the general reading as well, which would be yesterday. It's the 18th today while I'm recording this, and I feel like that was the turn of events, that's what has been given to me, that the 16th was a bit of a flat day, and now the 17th was kind of the beginning again. Fate is now stepping in a big way. I feel like some seeds are going to be planted so fast and watered so fast, and the sun is going to come down so heavily that these branches are going to start growing. And where you thought nothing was happening, suddenly it's all going to start happening. So make sure that you do watch your timings, okay, as well. Watch your dates, that you haven't missed a call, or you haven't taken on too much and then you've missed an interview or that kind of thing. All right, and you thought, oh my God, I was supposed to meet that person this time, but I took on too much. That's what I'm getting. It's like something has been miscalculated. Do check that. Now, in work-wise, I do see 2 opportunities opening up. There's definitely a choice to be made, and it could be to do with your relationships, as in how much work do you put in, how much time do you give to your relationships, which backs up that whole priorities thing. There is expansion to be had, but I feel like somebody is jealous of you, or somebody is wanting to hold you back. This could be the person that I'm saying that is cheating the system, or is trying to maybe they're trying to ride on your back to get what they want. They really want what you have, but they're doing something. They're holding you back from expanding. All right, but it's because they're jealous. I'm getting real jealousy. Maybe you're jealous of somebody. I don't know. Maybe this is a decision. It's like, can we go on like this? What's really important here? Is my relationship the most important thing, or my work? So there's going to be a lot of there's going to be a big decision this week around your work situation, but it will be linked to expanding and also your relationship. And I do see security here. It's about, how do we get this foundations firm? How do we do things in the right way, in a better ordered way? So then that brings you back to that feeling that things could be a bit busy this week, or you could be taking on too much. You're miscalculating dates. Now, relationship wise, I do feel like a negative is going to turn into a positive this week. There is some healing, definitely from the past. So somebody may connect with you from your past, and I feel like there's something to be said. I'm seeing somebody literally offloading or telling you the truth. It could surprise you. It could be that you realise they cheated on you. So maybe we're going back to this cheating thing, but it is about, they're saying, actually, the reason I left you was because I was in love with someone else, or because I did flounder, I went off the rails and I felt really guilty and I just couldn't look at you anymore, that kind of thing. It will give you a question, it's going to make you look at this person differently. It is definitely going to make you look at the whole situation differently. And as Aries, this is giving you really important knowledge to move forwards. It's going to give you strength where relationships are concerned. And this could be just somebody from distant past that gets in touch. It could be a past issue that comes into your relationship now, that somebody just suddenly admits. Because again, it's this sense of the truth is coming out. I feel like somebody is not able to hold on to their, they just feel guilty. Maybe they just fancied someone else. It's something really little, but it does make you look at them differently, because you're kind of thinking, do you know what? I put this person, maybe you're putting them on a pedestal the whole time. I thought they were so perfect, and you were like doing everything they wanted. You were following their rules, and you were keeping the peace, and you kept, you were fixing everything, and you realise, hang on a minute, this person has been having thoughts about someone else, and I've been just like working my arse off here, or, trying to make things right, and actually it was nothing to do with me. And all their anger they've been projecting on me was just guilt. Okay, so this is going to resonate differently for different people, and take what you can from it. But the main thing this week is that something, it's about divine timing. Anything that gets muddled up, miscalculated, anything you find out is going to help you. It's quite fateful, but you are going to feel very emotional. So I feel, bring the ones that you trust, bring the ones that you love, enjoy that nurturing as well. If somebody wants to give you a hug, well, okay, let's be careful with the hugs, but if somebody wants to give you some kind of comfort, then be open to receive it, because I think it's going to help keep you in balance. Hello, Gemini. So this week there's a massive breakthrough, and again there seems to be a dip or something that causes you discomfort that brings the breakthrough for you. This seems to be a week where we do have these dips, but they are actually bringing us more knowledge, and they're going to help us carve out a much better future. I'm seeing a sudden new beginning, something really exciting, something is unexpected, and it is linked to young people. Maybe somebody is pregnant, maybe your child has got some great news. It's something really exciting. Again, it's very unexpected. I don't know why I keep getting the 17th. I've had it in every single reading. I think that this is obviously was the start of things to change, but it's going to put your mind at rest. I feel like if you've been worrying about somebody or you've been concerned about a situation, I feel it's going to be all right. So maybe somebody has been trying to have a baby, or or maybe you've been waiting for maybe they're doing IVF or something, and there is this this wonderful surprise that comes from it, or maybe they've lost a child, and the breakthrough comes from a new beginning there. I'm also seeing new beginnings around home, as in maybe setting your sights higher, thinking about moving home, thinking about upgrading. That's what I'm getting. It's a sense of, I really am getting this sense, and I know this isn't going to be right for everyone, that everyone's going to suddenly announce a pregnancy, but it just feels like the pregnancy in itself feels like a new beginning. It's a new start for the family. It's a new start for your children, for you. Like I said, I'm seeing this new house. It's like, it's bigger, it's better, it's more exciting, it's more economical. It doesn't have to actually literally be a physically massive house or castle, or mansion, but it will be better. Maybe it's in a different place. Maybe it's your dream home, your dream place to live, and living the dream, as we call it. But it's definitely through heartache. I feel like breakthrough is being given to you, and I feel like this is a gift in a way. It's like someone saying, look, you went through all of this, but look what you got. Look at the benefits, look at the gift that is coming to you. So this could be a new beginning in any way. Take it however it resonates. It's not always going to be exactly the same thing for everybody, and this may not resonate at all, so do listen to your rising and moon signs as well, because they may give you more detail. Now, money and work, something from the past is being repaid this week. Somebody could get back in touch. I do see this as a water sign. I am getting the sign of Cancer, but it could be to do with the timing as well of Cancer, which would be mid-June and mid-July time, that somebody is giving you something back. Maybe somebody who is a Cancer who is paying you something back, or maybe they're offering you a job that you didn't happen before. It feels like you didn't have control of the situation. You didn't feel in charge. You just felt a bit lost or uncertain. It could, like I say, this could be a time of uncertainty back in June and July, where you weren't sure. I'm getting like crushed hopes, a feeling of like this isn't going to happen. We were in the middle of lockdown around that time. It was like the start of the summer, and things were all changing, and flights were cancelled, that kind of thing. But I feel like something is coming back. So it's like something in your hand. Maybe this is the unexpected surprise. Maybe the gift is coming from a child. It's not about a new child being born. It's being given to you as a gift. And it was it's giving you back the control and giving you a chance to do what you want. And I'm seeing news being told, somebody relating the news, something exciting and big change happening. This could be a job, because we're talking about money and work, really. I know I've talked about, it could be, it could be a trip or something that you've had to cancel. It could be that, this was going to give you, maybe it was a working trip, maybe it was going to give you more financial abundance in some way. Being to do with money. Maybe it was a loss of money back then that, is now the money's being given back to you so that you can do what you wanted to do. You're starting to connect the dots of how you're meant to knit things together, okay? And I'm actually seeing somebody doing cross stitch or sewing and starting realising, actually, this could work. This is why I've been doing this. I've done all these things, these different projects, but I haven't really been able to work out what the hell they're for. But I've just been doing them. Something's been telling me to do them, and I've just been continually piling this stuff up, and then something comes into play that you can do something with it. Again, an unexpected surprise. Maybe it's a contract coming of the work that you've put in. Maybe, you've branded something and finally somebody's like taken a bite of the apple. I feel like there's a new direction coming this week around from Thursday onwards, particularly. It's going to be good, but there's big change in the air around work and finances, okay? So there's definitely new directions to take. Maybe with financially you decide to maybe save a different way, or you think, right, now actually this thing that didn't happen, we can make this happen. Let's replan it because now we've got an opportunity to do it again. Relationship wise, I feel there's more balance within family. There could be a family announcement, as we've spoken about, a get together where something exciting happens. You will already intuitively pick up on something, although it will be surprising, okay? So you may be feeling the levels of, something's going to happen, there's going to be some good news. Although everything around you may be at stalemate, you're going to have that sense that things are going to change. And I do see you feeling more positive about the future and back in your power. So this is going to be quite a good week to feel strong and powerful, and I'm seeing a lot of healing happening, especially coming from the loyalty shown in others, that feeling of like, actually there are people by my side, I do feel supported. And I feel like this week around relationship sides, it's the family that is going to be the high focus, not brand new loves, or maybe it is a family that you are bringing together, two families that you are, maybe you're getting married, maybe, or your children are, that kind of thing. That's the good news. But it's like that, it's like things coming together this week where love is concerned. It's a feeling of family and nurturing. Hello, Cancer. So it's time to let things go this week. I feel like there's something that you are shedding this week. It's time to finally drop that. Well, not drop the anchor, because that will anchor it to the earth. It's almost like throw it away, but cut the cord of the anchor so that the anchor goes back where it belongs and you can walk away and you're not stuck on the same spot. I feel like you've been sort of anchored somewhere for a long time right now, and you're kind of thinking, well, I don't really know what to do about it, because the rope is around my waist, and I've got a circle drawn around me, and even if I untie the anchor, I can't get out of this circle because somehow there's an invisible wall stopping me coming out. I can see the ship sitting on the river waiting to take me with all the gold and the precious items that I'm looking for and these exciting, wonderful things, but I don't really know quite how to work it out, and it's starting to turn into a crazy adventure puzzle, a conundrum, and I feel like the more you're kind of sitting there in it, the more crazy it's getting, and all these clues are coming up, but you're not able to connect them. But this week, I feel like the balance will be kind of maintained. It's like you'll either solve a problem, something will just, it doesn't feel like an amazing feat, like you're going to go, wow, I've solved the problem. It's more like you just suddenly feel more relaxed and calm, and that actually you don't have to solve all these problems, because really nothing was there that you were seeing. Yes, you could see the ship and it was over there, but really you were on the ship. You just didn't want to receive the ship. Somehow there was something blocking you that was holding you back from actually just moving towards it. That rope wasn't really tied around your waist. That wall, that circle wall, was really invisible. There wasn't anything to solve. It's like, it's a case of looking deep, looking into something so much, you become so overwhelmed, it becomes so tangled that you become more and more rooted to the spot. And this is a typical case of just a realization, a calm feeling of like, oh, I'm ready now. That's all it is. Like I said, I'm not seeing a massive wake-up call, any kind of major destruction or anything like that. You're just kind of going, oh, okay, it wasn't really there. I can just like step onto the ship and go, and off you go. So it's a nice kind of gradual path. You just feel more focused. You're going to feel more on top of things. I feel like things are going to start growing around you, starting to see, actually, this was a good thing that I did this. This wasn't the worst thing in the world. Your biggest fears, you're starting to see that actually there is good coming, and I feel like there is something from the past that will reveal itself this week, which will show you, just again in a calm, enlightening way, that everything is just as it should be and there is nothing to fear. Now, career and money. Timing is all important this week. And I do see the judge and the jury out, or feeling like everyone's watching you, and this kind of envelope being put in your hands, and you thinking, if I open it, I'm going to have to accept. I'm going to have to go with the challenge. If I seal it, I'm never going to know. But there's a big question mark on it. And I feel like this is the question mark of your next step forwards, your future. It's like, what am I going to do with this, you know? And everyone's waiting for an answer, going, right, you know, it's a bit like pleading guilty or not guilty. And they're saying, right, because then once you've decided, we can move forwards. And then everyone can get into position. Either we go to the High Court or we remain where we are. Now, there is a feeling, what the Spirit is saying is listen to your heart. Listen to what is your heart is saying. It seems to be, I'm getting a totem of a little bird, but it's more like it's singing somewhere, a song that you know, something that you recognize, something that will be revealed this week that you will connect with, that will help you see exactly what you want. And you'll be able to know what to do. Your intuition will lead you. But big revelations when you do what is right for you, when you are loyal to yourself and you speak your truth. I think there could be a point where you do say something that you wouldn't normally say, and it just rolls off your tongue as well. And you just say, actually, do you know what? You don't have to judge me anymore. This is who I am, and this is what I'm going to do, and this is what I stand for. There is a big wake-up call coming around career and money. And this is linked to family, money, family assets, and suddenly, wow, everything's moving really fast. So somebody could make a massive turnaround, a big change, and suddenly you're seeing that your situation is moving fast. You know, maybe some money is given to you, maybe suddenly all the investments start paying off. But it's coming, it seems to be coming from you listening to your truth. When you're completely honest with yourself and you hear yourself, suddenly everything starts moving again. And it's like there's no blame anymore. There's no point blaming anyone else or trying to justify anything or, you know, having to plead whatever. It's just about you. Once you do that, then everything else disappears. And I just feel like this is going to be a really important week to learn about money, where your career takes a different turn, and it's all divine timing. But it's like everything just, but it's at the same time, it's really calm. But it's, again, there's this thing from the past that's creeping forwards. So this is an important week for you in general, to listen to your truth and speak your truth and do what is right for you. You know, and let go of the fear of doing that, because I think you're going to be surprised at how, you know, it actually works for you, because actually that's what people want to hear. Okay, it's really important. Around your relationships, I feel like there's some kind of celebration coming up, and it is the Scorpio time. This could be that you're with someone who is a Scorpio, or somebody you know is celebrating a birthday, because obviously we are coming into that time this week. And I feel like there's going to be some important healing, letting go of the old habits. Be aware of these temptations that come in all the time. There seems to be a whole new cycle coming in around this time, around your relationships, whether you're with a Scorpio or not. You know, maybe you'll meet somebody who's a water sign at a party or something like that. Not that we're having massive parties at the moment, but, or maybe this is just showing that something is coming to an end and something new is reforming, because I do feel like there's a sense of rebirth here. Again, past situations coming back, temptation, realizations, but unexpected, wonderful surprises as well. I feel like it's just about being aware of your old habits and not falling. Just keep trusting in yourself, keep trusting what you believe in a relationship. If you know that it's real, and you know what was honest. You know that deep down everything is going to be all right, and you can feel it in the depth of your bones, in your soul. Then trust that, and don't let anybody else influence that, all right? Trust in the flow. Trust that if someone is going to return, they will return. Because I get the sense that you're going to be really aware this week of something. Again, it's like this energy from the past that it's like an awakening, but again, a very calm, balanced awakening of the way things are. And you're going to feel, like I say, much more focused. And you may be ready to shut a door this week on somebody, shut the door on the past in order to get the flow. And again, you'll be really surprised. I think this is going to be a wonderful week, actually, for you. A very enlightening week, a very honest week, and just one where you really kind of pull everything together and you realise what is important. Hello, Leo. Now, this is a positive week, although it could be stressful. Now, that could be because somebody else is really, really down in the dumps this week. Or maybe you're just feeling stressed about somebody else not wanting to listen to you. You're feeling frustrated, which is causing you to feel low. Maybe you're the one that is just causing everyone else to feel low. I am just getting this sense of somebody, whether it be you or whatever, or maybe you're feeling the effects of somebody else, trying to pull you down. The important thing this week is to know that you do have a choice, okay? Always remember that. You have a choice to stay or go. You can turn this around and be positive. You can allow this person to bring you down. You can allow your thoughts to overwhelm you and just cause you to go further down. And I'm not saying that it's not good to be upset sometimes. I mean, things can happen that cause us to be frightened, to cause us to question everything, and, it brings us down. And that happens. But the important thing is to acknowledge it and not dwell on it. This week it's really important because I feel like there is opportunities to rise above, and whatever happens this week, and I am seeing some kind of sudden change, something in some ways is very miraculous, but it could be quite disruptive. Now, in the main reading, I did talk about the dips becoming highs, something of learning, that we can use it to our advantage, use that silence to become strong, use it in the best way, invest your energy in the best way. And it is a matter of kind of taking control of, whether we feel pain or whatever, and going, okay, acknowledge the pain. Why am I feeling this pain? Is this because I feel let down because I had too high expectations? Do I just feel down because it's just triggering my victim side? It's triggering the past events that have happened and all this emotion is coming up. Do I really feel like this? Really start acknowledging it, pulling it apart, realising where the emotion's coming from. And the more you do that, the more it will kind of settle, and then you can move on and you can talk yourself through it rather than just going, I just feel it, I just feel it, I just feel it, I just feel it, I just feel it. Because you're not actually getting anywhere. So this is a time to show that you can take control. This is a great practice this week. Even if you think something is lost, you will gain something else, okay? Because I do see this sudden change, and the sudden change could be that something is turned around all of a sudden. I'm getting second chances, particularly around work. Maybe you think that maybe a job is lost this week, okay? Again, take this if it resonates. I don't feel like, everyone who is a Leo is suddenly going to lose their job, but maybe there is some kind of loss. Maybe there is, your pay packet is, your contract is changed. Maybe you don't get the job that you really thought you were going to get that was promised to you. Maybe there's a delay. It doesn't have to be the worst scenario. Maybe there's just a loss of money of some kind because this is money and work, right? Or you just feel like an investment didn't pay off. But what I do see is something else coming in, another opportunity. This will result in a second chance for something better. And I do see males connected to this. I've also got the sign of Capricorn, so it could be that something comes in around mid, what would that be? It would be mid-December to mid-January time. That's when the second chance comes in. Or maybe there's a contract that's going to start then. It's going to come in a bit later, but it isn't going to necessarily start now as you thought it was. So it's disrupted your plans, which is only serving to show you to live more in the present and stop preempting, making too many plans for the future. Yes, have a goal, but don't be too fixated on it, as in be flexible how you get there. Know what you want, know what your passion is, and be open to it, but don't fixate on that's it and there's nothing else, okay? Because when you do that, you're actually holding yourself back, and then you're creating higher expectations for yourself. This could be the start of a long, slower journey, but an upward hill climb, okay? Keep moving through your emotions, keep moving through the energies of this week, because I feel it will pay off. It's going to come to something. You will come to some kind of realization, some understanding. You will start connecting the dots. I also see around work, and this is probably going more into relationships, but some kind of soul connection or soul related connection of a new beginning. Now, this could be the second chance. It could be a job that you've always wanted that is going to be so much better for you on a soul level. It's part of a karmic contract coming, being resolved. There's something on a deeper level, but on a higher vibration, okay, that is coming into play, which is going to be so much better for you. And fate is really taking a hand in this. So trust. So just by saying this, if you are feeling low or something happens, remember this reading, that something good will come from it, and it's happened for a reason. It might be uncomfortable, it might be a shock, it might be a change that you're not expecting. It doesn't have to be an awful change, just because some people just don't like change. It doesn't have to be anything that bad, and you actually break it down. But it will lead to a new beginning, and it's going to give you the second chance that you've been looking for. So it's something you've been asking for, and that's particularly around work. Now, in relationships, I feel you just need to have your faith again with somebody. Maybe someone's not listening to you, they don't want to hear you, you're feeling low about it because they're just being really miserable or being really depressed about it all, or having a negative approach, all right? I feel that it will come, it's holding you back for a reason. That person is behaving like that, not because they're just being awkward, because it's like a bigger energy that is creating this, so that you don't rush. Maybe you're wanting to suddenly, let's just get married now, let's just do it anyway, let's do it without the family, let's just elope because we had to put it off for so long. They're saying no. I'm saying December, and that's what I'm getting. December is a better time. And this person is like holding off and going, no. Or maybe you just want to rush things forwards when you've had a breakup and you want to get back together, and you just think, yeah, let's just move in together, let's have a baby, let's do it. No. All right, maybe this person isn't for you. You just want to go back to feel safe because you're feeling low. All right, so look at all these things. Something is being set up here for you, and I feel like everything is coming together, and especially within love, you are about to come full circle. There is fulfillment here at the end of it. One of the negatives or maybe downsides that could have happened around mid-August to September. Look back to that, and it could be the second chance that is coming in, and maybe you've just been feeling really low about it, or someone else has been feeling really low, and then suddenly this week the second chance comes in. Okay, so let's look at it again. Listen to the reading in the way that it works for you, because it will resonate in different ways, and maybe it won't resonate at all. So I would then say go and listen to your your moon signs and your rising signs, and you are always welcome to come to me for a private reading if you wish, to get some more clarity. Hello, Virgo. Right, Virgo. Again, I've got past energies coming in here. More communication. I feel there's been a battle or some kind of argument that hasn't been dealt with. Something that needed to be something where you're not really sure how to deal with it. It's like there's some kind of miscommunication. You're not really understanding why something isn't gelling. Maybe you're just confused by somebody else and how their approach to things, and you're just not quite getting it, yourself, or the other person isn't getting it. But I feel like the better communication is coming back from the past, and there is light at the end of the tunnel. There seems to be more positive. positive hope on the horizon. And I feel like if you've been asking for somebody to contact you, or you've been wanting for a battle to come to an end where you can find, you can have communication so you can settle things, I feel it is coming in this week. There is a positive energy, and I feel like it's been worth the wait. The patience, kind of sitting and waiting for the right time, watching and waiting for your prey. It's like knowing intuitively when to pounce, all right? And I feel like it's going to pay off this week. So if you're feeling a bit agitated, you think, I'm just going to go forwards, I'm going to go forwards. I feel like you don't have to. I think that things are just going to come to you. Maybe an idea will come back, maybe a realisation will happen this week that you just helps you move forwards in some way. In work and money, I'm seeing more money this week, to put something to rest. Again, this is to do with some kind of battle you've been having. Maybe you've been dealing with a work issue. Maybe there's the fear of redundancies or closure. Maybe you've been on furlough for a long time. I mean, obviously with all this stuff going on, the big changes that have happened in the world, and it's been causing you chaos, and you've been fighting your way. What can we do? How can we make things better? Maybe you've been building your own business and it's kind of taken a downslide. I feel like there's something coming in, either an injection of cash or something is going to be on the upturn this week. And again, it's that sense of just waiting for the right time to strike, knowing exactly when it's time to make that investment or that gamble, Maybe I shouldn't use the word gamble, but it's a risk, isn't it? Sometimes it's like investing in the stock market, knowing exactly when to do that to get a better return. And I feel like this is what this has been about. You've been struggling for a long time, maybe, financially, or, there's been ups and downs at work. It doesn't necessarily mean it's been huge struggle. It's just been ongoing, which creates that sense of burden, of carving through, this kind of heavy energy and not really knowing what's going to happen, that uncertainty. That can be a battle in itself. But I feel like the progress that you've made is going to pay off. Again, patience is going to be, it will show to be a big virtue. You can take your protection down now. Spirit is saying take that coat off when an offer comes in. There's going to be a decision to be made, definitely. And this could be somebody wanting to invest in you. Maybe it's a new contract coming in and it's something that's different than where you've been going. It could be a new opportunity that comes in and you think, I've got to make a decision now. I fear it's going to come all of a sudden as well this week. So there could be massive change where your situation is concerned. We've talked about, this communication. Maybe, again, the communication situation has been all about work, where you haven't been able to get the answers that you've been wanting and you don't really know what to do because your situation is so uncertain. You don't want to be kicked right off the ladder completely. Okay, so it feels like something is going to change this week. Where relationships are concerned, there's new beginnings all around. There's this sense of positivity, new opportunities coming in. I feel like somebody could reconnect from the past that offers a new opportunity for you that you really didn't think was going to happen. Maybe you didn't think someone was interested and suddenly they recommunicate. Mercury retrograde is often about, second chances and things coming up. Trust that it's going to be a better time, because if it's something that's been ongoing, then it tends to be more auspicious. If it's something that's brand new and you're just feeling in a desperate way and you're just grabbing hold of straws, then consider where you're going, because if you're doing something in desperation, then that isn't the best thing. Don't just take the first thing on offer because you've been without so long. There are decisions to be made, but if something has been ongoing and it's something that you're working with, then it can be a really positive thing. Okay, it means that things could be turning around. A big change of pattern, I feel, within relationships. You may take a step forwards with somebody that you never thought that you would take. Somebody new coming into your life that is so different than what you would expect. Again, is this sudden change. Maybe you've been battling at work with a relationship and suddenly it kind of works out and it pays off and you realise actually it was more valuable than you realised. All this arguing was worth it because you finally, you finally understood each other. there is definitely hope on the horizon this week, and I really feel like a wish is about to come true for you, and communication is all in. Like I say, something new beginning, but also links to the past and past struggle and sudden change. Your patience is going to pay off. Hello Libra, happy birthday to anyone who is celebrating before we go into Scorpio. Now this week, I'm seeing revelations for you as well. Something is unfolding. A situation that you thought you were in, I feel, is going to have an about turn. Now this could be in a good way, it could be in a less positive way, because I feel like maybe somebody that you've invested in or you've been putting a lot of effort in, and you know, you thought was the one, turns out to be, you know, could turn out to be married, or maybe they weren't into you at all, and their affections towards you was just friendship and not love. Just be aware of that. I think this is kind of a warning, really, is to don't put all your eggs in one basket. Don't kind of limit yourself to one option just because someone's smiling at you. You may be feeling a little bit, you know, well, because of the energies right now, a bit stagnant or a bit alone, or feeling like you just want some love coming in, and then, you know, someone shows you some flattery, or and you take it the wrong way because they're just really, really friendly. This is a new way of connecting. This is what I feel like is a new understanding of receiving, in a way. I get the sense that a lot of what you've seen up until now, or the connections that you made up until now, may not have been as true as you thought, that they were coated in false flattery, that you felt, if some, you know, it's like that sense of when someone's nice to you, you feel good. You know, if they do something or they say something nice, it means something else. Now, maybe that's a conditioning that you've had. I'm not saying this resonates with everybody, but I just feel that there's a new approach to love in general, a new approach to relationships and connections, and a way to learn to be more detached and not jumping in at 100 miles an hour, and just thinking, yes, that's it. You know, I mean, when it's intuitive and you just know, you know, and I do get that there is a kind of fine line here. But I think if you're in a sense, if you just, you know, if you really look at things logically and you think, well, actually, I just want to be loved. I'm feeling really lonely. I'm really bored in my life. Nothing's really happened. So somebody's being nice to me, and suddenly I can just like evolve myself in that and not look at me. You know, it could be an avoidance. You know, it's like that need for, and reading it wrong. Now, this could be, again, to do with the Mercury being retrograde, because often we do see things in a different way that isn't really there. So just be aware of that. You know, maybe somebody is really full on with you, is really flirting, and you don't realise that they are with someone else, or they're not really as invested as you thought they were, and they're just, you know, I just get the sense there's a bit of like a revelation here, and you think, oh my God, you know, this isn't what I thought at all. This could very, very well be around the work sector, okay, or somebody that you work with. That's why I was saying, you know, someone that you're working with suddenly shows, you know, they're actually coming in to sell you something, and they're doing it in such a way it comes across that they really like you, but they're doing it because they want you on side. They're not doing it because they really want your heart. But there is a very unexpected, pleasant surprise around your working situation as well. And I do see healing happening in general this week. Okay, so whatever happens, whatever is revealed, it's being revealed to help you move forwards. Think about that. You are kind of putting two and two together this week, okay, and especially around a female. And I've got a water sign here, more likely a Pisces. It could be around a situation regarding a female person in your life that was back in February, March time, something that happened back then. Maybe you're going to get answers, maybe they're going to get in touch. Mercury retrograde often means second chances, people getting back in touch, the past coming in. So you may kind of come to some kind of a conclusion of what really went on there. Because I'm getting a sense of fulfillment and completion, but this is again around a work situation or money. Now, maybe somebody, you lent them money and they disappeared. Maybe somebody was really, I don't know, someone was really invested in you and you really valued them, which does link to your money situation, abundance. and something happened and you just don't understand, and it wasn't concluded. Maybe it happened back in January. Maybe this is happening. You haven't, it's been recent, and they're a water sign, and this week you get the opportunity to start again. Okay. But it is linked to money and work, okay, or some kind of value in your life. I am seeing security taking precedence, though, maybe looking at some savings this week, looking at your job prospects and thinking, and you're kind of questioning between one or more things, like, is this going to work for me? How is that going to actually work for me long term? Is that going to give me a stronger foundation? Is that really going to, how much work have I really got to put into this, how much involvement I've got to have, or energy have I got to do to make this work for me? I feel like you're at a crossroads this week and you are on a lucky streak, okay? It's starting to come in. I feel like, the light of Jupiter is shining on you to turn things around in your favour, and I feel like karma is definitely in your favour. You may see something turn around that, you thought was never going to happen, and then Bob's your uncle, it's all there for you, it all just happens. Now, where relationships are concerned, you may be thinking about moving in with somebody, moving house. There will be a lot centred around your home. I can see people having discussions about maybe family connections. Maybe you've got someone new in your life, or you're meeting someone new and you want to meet the family, or you want them to, commit more to the family. It feels like this, it's like the home fire's burning. You want to have you want to feel secure and you want to feel comfortable. And I feel there could be a crossroads here where you are questioning somebody's motives, maybe someone that, whether they're moving in, is it going to be valuable for you? This is all to do with long-term value this week. And I do see a positive outcome. I do feel like you're making positive progress to make things more secure, more valuable, and investing in the right person. There's somebody that is quite stubborn, or somebody isn't really wanting to hear you, and I feel this is it's like you're getting to that point. It's like they're either saying, actually, I don't want this, and you're thinking, okay, well, do I just wait for this now, or do I move on? Maybe it's come up about moving in together, and because you're miles away or something, and this person doesn't want to commit to you, really, or they're stalling, and you're thinking, well, really, where is this relationship going? We've got to be together at some point, so we're, if we're going to be together long term, we're going to have to be living together, surely. I mean, okay, I know some people don't, but there's that sense of, where is this going this week? And I do feel that you'll take control, you'll take charge, and realise that actually you're in charge of your own sense of calm, and actually maybe something that you thought was great isn't so great, and you're making some big changes this week. Just watch kind of throwing yourself in there with this, because you just want to feel good. Just watch those dips that come in this week, because sometimes it's like, well, I just want to go out, and I'm going to go out with these people because at least they have a laugh, but you come back steaming drunk, and then you have a hangover the next day and you miss an interview. It's like, or you realise that they just want you there because you're buying all the drinks. Okay, so just be aware of that wake up call. But I do see some positives coming in, and this sense of resolution. Hello, Scorpio! Hey! Happy birthday to anybody who is celebrating an early Scorpio arrival this week. Now, in general, I feel like this week could be full of unexpected surprises. There could be a phone call that comes that puts an end to a situation for good. And I feel like it's putting an end to a weight, a restriction, something that's been holding you back, something that has been interfering. Now, being a Scorpio myself, I did some meditation this morning, and I was looking to do some healing and some clearing. And as I was doing some clearing, I actually saw a snake in front of me. And I don't know if this is because I was watching Sabrina the Teenage Witch last night, The Dark Adventures, because there was lots of snakes in it, but normally that comes up in dreams. This just suddenly appeared, this snake, and I felt like, there is something that is influencing. It could be the old attachments, the temptation that comes in. We are quite an extreme sign, so we do tend to kind of hold on to the darkness sometimes. And Mercury being in Scorpio this month is going to, bring up some deep emotional stuff where communication is concerned and what needs to be said and not be said. I feel like this is a week of reclaiming the power, to realizing that you have got the power, and detaching yourself from these fair weather people, or people who have got their grips of the grips of conditioning within you. You know, it's just like making a shift, a healing shift inside, and knowing really that you are unattached. How you do this, literally, it is literally just a shift. It's an energetic shift, and I would basically guide you to just keep sending light to your body, sending, doing Ho'oponopono. If you don't know what that is, then please comment below. I think I've done a video on it. I will do a video on it to help people work with this, because it is very, very cleansing. It helps you forgive the darkness. What you don't want to do being a Scorpio is go into the darkness and get angry and blamey and and wanting justice and all this, because this is because everything's very stagnant and held back, it can create that anxiety. So keep things light. But I feel like something is going to surprise you how easy an ending is. But I'm also seeing a rebirth as well. There's a gentleman in question this week, a male, who is going to be quite significant, and I feel that's part of the healing, but it's also somebody who, it could just be a male energy, it doesn't actually have to be a physical male, who is going to help you nurture your skills, or be a trigger of the skills coming into play. This could be to do with a job offer, it could just be somebody giving you some advice or guidance, but or just an idea that comes, an inspiration. Somebody is offering you inspiration, and maybe it's a negative influence that is offering you the inspiration, and you realise, oh, actually I could use this to my advantage. There is a revelation coming at work about this is linked to taking a risk, and I feel this is letting go as well. I feel it's just trust, Spirit is like saying, just trust in the flow. You don't have to plan everything. You don't have to map everything out. Just go in and know that you will know, okay? This is like a sense of really trusting your intuition this week, and being so in the moment that you're going to be on such a high vibration. This is what I feel, that you can access people's reactions before they react. You can connect with people. You know exactly what they want to hear, and your communication is going to be really, really sky high. And if you want to get something across, I feel like you're going to be in a place of power, a place where you are sat on the throne and everybody is looking at you and they're listening to you. So speak from the heart, be truthful, get your message out there. I feel it will just flow, it will just happen, and what people want to hear or need to hear will come, you'll be able to address things in the right way. So don't get your knickers in a twist planning too much, maybe for an interview or a presentation at work. Just have your guidelines of what you want to put out, what's important, maybe some key points, and then just let that flow, because I feel like you have it in you to be able to put that across in the moment. If you practice too much, I think it won't come out the same anyway. Be playful, be fun, be light this week as much as you can around people. Smile when they're angry. If somebody isn't reacting to you, just laugh, just let it go. Don't invest in it. Really, really be aware of investing into negative situations. Just laugh about it, make something light, turn it around, have a practice at that. If somebody tells you some bad news, go, oh, well, this could be, just take it up a notch. There could be some fun times with someone at work who you like. I feel like there's good connections being made. It's almost like everything is so stagnant or uncertain right now in many situations that the only thing is to do is to play. It's like this naughty side of you's coming out, this fun side, which is like, oh, well, let's just not break the rules in a bad way, but just You know, it's like having a midnight feast, you know, or, you know, taking a bit of a longer break than normal. It's just, you know, having just this fun playtime, you know, pranks and stuff like that. That's what I'm getting. And I feel like you will get what you wish for. There's a new start, which is linked to a water sign, mainly possibly a Pisces, and it could be something which is linked to back in February and March. I think I said the same thing for Libra. So if you have a Libra moon or rising sign, this could be connected. Where relationships is concerned, I'm seeing more fulfillment, a sense of peace, and ending with a female energy. So if you are linked to a female, maybe it's a friend, maybe it's a family member, maybe it's a wife, or maybe it's just a partner. I feel like there is an ending here, a door closing. It's the negatives are going. So it may not be you actually end the relationship with them, but you actually end a situation that is ongoing, because I'm seeing more expansion and more focus happening. And things starting to take off. There's also, again, this young energy, this playful energy around relationships that I think you should take on. Go and have a bit of fun. Go and laugh. You know, when have you last laughed with somebody? And even if you go on a first date, just take it light. Go and just think, okay, well, I'm going out to have a bit of fun. I haven't had some fun for ages. You know, these things aren't happening, so I might as well enjoy my life while I can. Enjoy the things I can enjoy. Something in writing could come to you which will be a blessing in disguise, and I feel it could be a wish answered as well. Just delete the stress. There's only one area, it's like one bit of stress here, I feel, that comes in because you're not seeing your own leadership. That's all it is. It's like you don't have to have the stress, so eliminate it. Just focus on the positives. And I feel the more that everything you do in every minute and every hour of the day that is moving away from the stress in your life, you know, really, before you start anything, think, is this stressing me out? Is this going to bring me stress and will worry and focus on something I don't want to focus on? Or is this going to be, you know, can I do this in a different way that's more fun and has a different approach? You know, could I be doing something else? Is something else I'm longing to do? Can I do something else for 5 or 10 minutes instead of doing this? And I don't mean avoid stuff that you have to do. This is about focusing on stuff that lightens your vibration, you know, or changing something up so it lifts your vibration. So an important week, an expansive week in many ways, and more focus coming in, but keep that light energy as much as you can and have some fun, because I feel like you will have a knock-on effect. It's like you're saying, if you go in with a light energy, you know, don't go too deep about what other people are thinking and what they're projecting. You already know that. You already have that in hand. You already know what people's agendas are. You can just see by looking at someone what's going on. And you can buy into that, or you can spend your time making it better for them, or you can just keep a light approach, a light, fun, detached approach where you're okay. You're still offering some positive guidance, but not to the point that you are investing in it and it's taking over your whole day. That's the snake. That's what I'm seeing right in front of me. That's the temptation, is to buy into the darkness, because with Scorpios, there's a darkness. There's a darkness. It's like being a witch, a white witch or a black witch, you know, or dark witch, should I say. You know, it's that sense of, do I go to the light or do I go to darkness? Because there's so much power and so much passion, it can be either. And sometimes we want to absorb all that, you know, all the darkness, because it makes us feel worse in a way, but then we get reborn and come out better. So just be aware of where you're going, because actually some of it's not really necessary right now. Hello, Sagittarius. So I feel something is coming to light this week, which is going to bring some new hope on the horizon. It's going to bring you a new destination, a new idea, a new direction. This is all about the new this week. There is going to be some emotional times happening, but I'm also seeing a spiritual abundance coming in, or an abundance of spirituality. There is a real awakening going to happen this week. And I feel like if there's been a passing, or there is somebody close that has passed just recently, or somebody you're close to who has passed, who is really connected to you, I do feel a female. It could be a female aunt or mother. It could be anybody, or just even a spiritual guide, a female spiritual guide. I feel like there are messages coming in and you kind of waking up in the middle of the night about 4 o'clock in the morning and wiping your eyes and thinking, was there somebody there? Did I just connect with somebody? What actually happened there? And it's almost like somebody has passed through your body. This is a real spiritual wake-up call. It's a sense of being really close to spirit, where you really feel connected with spirit. Now, if you don't have a wake-up thing in the night, maybe you'll just have a dream. Maybe your alarm will go off at some... I don't know why I'm getting 4 o'clock or 4 a.m. being really important. It could just be the number 4 that keeps coming up, so really check those numbers. But this is a message coming through for you. This is an awakening this week for you. It's like the veils are opening and suddenly you're seeing the light where everything just felt very, very lost. This is a sign that you're coming to the end of a healing phase as well, and you're coming into something, a brand new cycle. Now, there is a sense of emotional sensitivity around this week. You're going to feel very emotional. You may want to write down your thoughts. I feel if you write lyrics or you're writing stories, I think there could be something quite poignant that comes out, something quite deep. Again, this would be spirit working through you. You may start channeling. You may start working on a higher vibration this week. You're leveling up for the big time. That's what spirit is saying. You are coming into the big time. You are going to be playing with the big boys, and this is you are now being given a new guide, new comfort, new resources, new connections, a stronger foundation so that you can take off in that direction. Let go of your doubts, okay? When you start to doubt, let them go. Stop yourself. Say, stop. Why am I doubting? Acknowledge it, access the trigger, and it will dissolve. Now, there are some really fun surprises coming, unexpected, which are going to be aspects of all your life, which I'm not being told because they're going to be surprises. But I do see some inspiration coming around work situations particularly, and there is a very, very powerful energy coming in to push things forward to you. I feel like anything that has let you down, or people that have let you down, or pain that you've had is disappearing. And I think that's another thing. It's that healing coming to an end, a feeling that you don't have to experience that anymore. There are some influences around at work that may have a strong opinion. Again, I'm getting females here. Maybe they want to put you down. Maybe they want to pull you back. Maybe they just want to hold on to you. When these things arise, you will be aware of them, quite aware intuitively, again, on this high level. It's like somebody is alerting you to them. And it's like someone saying, yep, watch watch that person. They're trying to hold you back. And it's just something they say. It's kind of passive aggressive going on. But you will recognise something in yourself with this. You'll realise there's something that you've done, or there's some pattern that you follow. You think, actually, this is what's caused my hesitancy to move forwards in a more powerful way. This is what has prevented my success. Okay, now this is literally being channeled to you, because I feel like the words are just coming out of my mouth. I have no control right now. So just for somebody out there, or a few of you out there, this is really, really important information coming. But again, lovely, lovely surprises coming, really unexpected stuff, and very, very pleasant around your work and money situation. Maybe something, I said about someone passing, maybe something's being left to you, or maybe just something is wonderful is coming, whereas a job is concerned, an opportunity. Now, where relationships are concerned, I see that things around your home are going to start taking off. Suddenly, I'm seeing a letter in someone's hands, or a text, and suddenly it's like the ball is rolling again, and you can start going and go, yes, great, we can do exactly what we want now. It's like there's a sense of balance coming into play, and especially around close relationships. If you are in a relationship, I feel like there is a sense of togetherness, a stronger connection, something that is much more balanced, it's more favourable, and it's like you against the world. If you meet someone this week, I feel it's going to be more balanced, and I do feel you're going to meet people that are connecting with the same goals. They'll be inspirational. Even if they're just fleeting, you go on a date and it's just like, well, they will spark interest. It's like your guides are working through other people. They're coming in your dreams. They're coming within your work, relationships, everything. The divine timing is happening, guys, for you, Sagittarius. It is all coming into play. And I feel like now you can finally rest easy. It just feels like a really important week to find that peace. Now remember, sometimes this doesn't resonate for everyone because we're all in different positions right now, and maybe we're looking for different things, and maybe you're already riding high, okay, or maybe this is going to take a little bit longer, okay, to actually connect all the pieces. But what I do see is the energy is changing, and that your guidance, you are coming into a new cycle, and that there will be more spiritual guidance on hand, and I feel like you're going to connect with it on a high level. Capricorn, keep the flow. Keep flowing. There's going to be revelation after revelation. I'm getting at least 7. You might get 1 a day. It's like a new thing every day, something you didn't know. It's like you're opening these little secret clue envelopes, and every time you look under another rock, you find something else. Now this could be you're looking under a rock and you're finding another, I'm getting the word disaster, or something breaking or not really working out. They are signs and messages of wake up calls for you, little alerts of like, watch what you're doing. Where are you going? What was that decision you made? What was that choice you made? Are you rushing into something? It's like, in a way, it's like spirit putting you right, putting you straight, giving you an opportunity to get back in the flow. So maybe you're rushing into something, you're planning something too much, you're getting too fixated, you're falling into an old pattern again, and then suddenly you meet somebody and they say something and you go, oh, and it kind of brings you back. Brings you back down to earth. That's what I'm seeing, is these little things that you're uncovering. Maybe you find something like somebody's, I'm not saying read someone's diary, but you find something written down in a journal. It's just there as you're clearing up, and it's saying, oh, I really felt sad when so-and-so did this, and I feel like this, and you're thinking, oh my God, I've been neglecting that person for so long. It's that kind of, oh my God, I've been so wrapped up in myself, I haven't really realised what I've been doing. Maybe something, one of those stones you unturned is somebody saying something to you to awaken you. I feel like you are starting to connect on a more spiritual level and actually accepting it and receiving it as well. Something inside you has shifted unconsciously, but there's a part of you that hasn't. And this week I feel like it's coming together. It's like spirit is just unraveling the last little knots and saying, right, okay, look under that stone, because that's going to be your clue, right? We're going to give you that because you really have to move on now, we have to kind of push you forwards a bit. I feel like there's something that's been lacking a while and they're getting you there. In your relationships, there's the definite crossroads coming up and a decision of a whole new perspective. So this could be that you've suddenly become enlightened and you realise, oh my God, I've been treating this person this way. I need to now change the way I'm dealing with it because I didn't realise how much I've hurt them. I didn't realise what my actions were having effects. I didn't realise I was neglecting them, that kind of thing. Or maybe you're realising that actually this isn't the person for you, and you've been like trying to avoid it and covering up stuff for so long. And actually, you should have just faced it and dealt with it, and maybe it's just not going to work, and constantly making changes and adding things to your life, or buying stuff or moving house or having an extra child or a new pet is not actually fixing the problem. The problem is that it was not right. It's not going to work, okay? So there is a whole new perspective. You're realising a few spanners in the work as well, and a few influences that are going to become highlighted in where your relationship's concerned. Maybe people who have been interfering, maybe realising that actually you've been focusing on the negatives, maybe you've been investing in negative people, you've been allowing other people's influences to drive you, and you haven't been listening to yourself because you've been trying to fix things or you've been trying to make it better. And these are your old habits, your old temptations. Maybe it's other people, like I said, strong influences around you who are playing you, or you're just realising that someone's been playing you the whole time. So there's a new beginning coming from this, and I feel like it is a much better one, a much better way forwards. As far as work is concerned, you're going to get a big spiritual awakening there as well. There's going to be more flow from a negative issue from the past. All right. So it's all linked to something that what you're going to think it's been transpiring against you, possibly. It's just not, suddenly something hasn't worked out, or you can't put your finger on it. But you may think everything's transpired against you, but actually it hasn't, okay? You're really going to learn loyalty this week. This is so important around your work, your relationships, your general thing. You're learning your own strength to stand in your own shoes, to detach from things that aren't good for you. There is a massive wake-up call on a higher level, a realisation of what Spirit wants you to know and what is going on. with other people and what you're doing. It's like, I just feel like the veil is coming off, the mask is coming off this week for you guys. And it's going to be positive because it's going to give you more stability and it's going to show you your own power. But you'll realise what is dragging you where and who is playing games and what is going on. And these little details that you fall into. And it's about bringing back the flow in your life. Hello, Aquarius. So, keep things light this week if you can. That will bring more focus. Ignore stubborn people. Take control where you haven't before. I feel like you're going to give the opportunity to really stand in your strength this week and resolve a matter and turn something around for the positive. This week is about bringing the positives back into your life and gaining more focus and not being afraid to say your piece. I feel like there could be a meeting this week that is important. Maybe you've been holding off going and discussing a situation. I'm seeing paperwork, documentation, maybe a legal situation. And instead of waiting for somebody to hold your hand, you're going on your own. I feel like this is an independent thing. You're thinking, right, I'm fed up with being fobbed off. I'm just going to go right to the top. You know, it's that kind of thing. Now, work-wise, there is more financial abundance coming in. Although I feel like you may be lacking in inspiration or feel like you're lacking in inspiration. The reason is that maybe you're not doing what is really fulfilling to you. Maybe you're not you're choosing to do a job that is the best thing for you. It's not, and when I mean fulfillment, I mean the whole fulfillment. You know, it's the whole package. It's really passionate. You're really excited about it. It completely fills your life. That it literally fulfills every criteria. That there is complete balance, right? Now, you can do something in your life, a hobby or a job, which is, you know, maybe you're doing charity work. You could do something that is unpaid to start with and you gain commission from it. And somebody might say, well, you're not earning anything. But if you really love it and it fulfills all the criteria and you know that it's going to actually bring you more in the end and it's just a matter of time, but you know that the more love you put into it, the more it's going to pay off. And it just feels right. And there's just no question. You just feel driven. That's like the fulfillment. If, for instance, you get offered something and you're doing it and you love doing what you're doing, but somehow the package isn't completely balanced and it's not paying back the investment. And this is what the thing is, if it's not quite balanced out and you're kind of doing more than you need, and although you love what you're doing, it's not really feeling good because you're doing too much, you know, someone else is taking, then that would be the fulfillment. So really think about your well-being, the whole well-being. You can feel it in yourself, you'll feel it intuitively in your belly. And I think the thing is as well to ask yourself, what actually is the goal here? Is it just to float along? Is it just to dip in and out of something? Are you just doing it because it's on offer, because it's something to do, and you just enjoy it at the moment? Or are you looking at the end goal? Because I feel like you could start drifting again and you could start going, you know, just... Although I think it's important to be in the flow, and I don't want, you know, I'm kind of probably contradicting myself in some ways, and to enjoy what you're doing. It's a matter of having a clear idea of where you want to go with it, if that makes sense. You know, if you know that you want to be financially secure, and I don't mean just focus on the money, but if you want, say, for instance, you want to end up being a famous writer or something, then you wouldn't necessarily go and do a job in a bar and not do any writing or practice it, you know, because you'd just be thinking, well, I'm going to just work in the bar for now until I've got 50 grand in the bank, then I can just give up and start writing. If you weren't doing any writing at all, the balance wouldn't be there. Do you see what I mean? You can still work in the bar, but as long as you've got time to write on the side, you can still be working towards your goal. So it's about being clear that actually you are taking actions towards a goal of what or an achievement that you'd like to make. And it is fulfilling, you know, it is benefiting you in all ways and it is flowing. So that's the fulfillment. And I feel like you're going to have the opportunity to take charge and do what you have to do. Now, relationship-wise, I'm seeing expansion here. I'm seeing opportunities to travel. go and see somebody. There seems to be things calming down, so it's going to be easier as well. So you may find that you can book a flight. I would be careful around this time, being Mercury retrograde. If you want a good deal, it might be better to wait till next month, till around the 4th of November. But it's okay to look and it's okay to make plans. You may find that you get an amazing deal, but just be aware that it could change, okay? So make sure that you are backed up insurance-wise and everything like that, and that if it does change, you can get your money back. Just check all the fine print, because there's a lot of things now that we don't see, and sometimes, I mean, I booked a flight not so long ago and it actually said we don't actually return the flights. So luckily it was such a inexpensive one, it didn't matter, but you know, if it had been a couple of grand, yeah. So think about that. Think about what you've got to invest. I do see a lot of inspiration coming in where relationships are concerned, and a good new change of direction. Let go of the doubts. I feel there's somebody coming in from further afield that will connect with you. It could be that you reignite with somebody from further away. But I do feel travel or long distance is going to be key here, and also expanding, but finding a peaceful and easy way without too much of a battle. If somebody is hard work and is proving difficult, then maybe it's time to step back. Hello, Pisces. Last but not least. Okay, so what matches your criteria this week? I feel like you will have victory if you do just that. Think about what it is you actually want. If this is a relationship, if this is a career option, if this is just an idea, what is it that you want? Not what everybody else wants. I'm seeing a lot of interference this week, a lot of opinions coming in, a lot of loud voices. It could be people arguing around you, things being trashed, things being broken. Just watch for things being I don't know, I'm just seeing things breaking down, but this could be the Mercury situation, okay, which could cause you a little bit of stress. But when something breaks or blows up, you know, it's like, oh, great, not another thing, you know. It is like a wake-up call. Maybe it's time to slow down. Maybe it's that you're focusing on too much of what you don't want, and that's Spirit's way of saying, come on, what are you doing? Pretending that you want to just be at home and be a housewife, and really you want to be the CEO of that company, and you didn't want to give up work, and you do want to go back, you know. It's like this urge to really consider the loyalty to yourself this week. There is a new opportunity. There could be a new baby. There could be news of a new baby. Sudden changes, particularly around relationships. So again, a surprise pregnancy, a surprise falling in love, you know, somebody, a big breakup, a big argument, anything. There is definitely some kind of change, but it will be for the better. Okay, so it may be really, really big and really dramatic, but it will actually work out in the end, because it's going to bring a big change in your life and a release. Okay, something that you want. So, you know, maybe, you know, a surprise pregnancy may not be what you'd expected, because you were thinking, oh, I'm going to not do it for 5 years because I've got to do this and I've got to have the money to do it. But actually Spirit's going, no, we want you to have this child because it's been waiting here for a while. So we're just going to throw something. It's actually going to be a great mum. And the reason you've been putting off is because you're really scared. Not really because you can't do it. You're just making excuses, okay? So maybe that's in a bit of an extreme thing to happen. But maybe, you know, you have an argument because the truth comes out, or maybe you suddenly realise that you fall in love. You know, you tell someone you love them and it just falls, you know, out your mouth in an argument, or just suddenly, and it turns out for the best because it's your truth. There is more value where relationships are concerned, and I feel a challenge is going to be overcome, but a challenge could be put in front of you to overcome a specific one. But it is bringing what I call resolve and things coming together. There's definitely stress around the home. You know, again, I feel like things breaking down, equipment not working, printers not working, slowing down, ink running out at that last minute, a fridge, you know, kind of breaking down. But I feel like anything that's broken down needs to be replaced anyway. So, and that there will be enough money. You may feel that there was only a small amount in the kitty, but actually that kitty was for that, okay? Think of it, well, okay, you saved that for that, and that there will be more that comes from it, because again, this is a way of trusting about abundance too. So there's a big learning here for you this week and about balance and how things ebb and flow. Now, where work is concerned, I feel like there is stress here because I feel like somebody wants to go back to work. You know, maybe you've got a big family and your spouse or something wants you to stay at home. Maybe it's a male and the female's at work or whatever. It doesn't matter who it is, but it feels like somebody's at home and there was an agreement that would work, but now it's not working out. Maybe the bills aren't getting paid and you need to now think about a different route, or maybe I just feel it's stressful. I feel like you're not doing what you want, you're not happy, and it's important to decide that. Maybe there's something that is stressing you out at work which is connected to your home life. You're worried, maybe you want to be at home more and you don't want to be working so much, that there's things happening, you know, arguments happening, there's things that are being neglected because you're doing too many hours. Something has to be re-looked at, and I do see change, and it's your intuition is going to tell you very clearly how to bring back that flow. Now, I know sometimes we can't just walk away from work, but it might be time to discuss other options or look at other work things, and then look at your whole job and think, am I just doing this for the money, or am I doing it because I enjoy it? I feel there's another way, okay? Maybe if you are working outside of home and you want to be more at home, maybe there's a way of bringing that work into your family life. Maybe you're just stressed because you're having to work from home because of all these restrictions, and it's time to make a change. I mean, I know some of us have had to because we're not allowed, you know, because of the pandemic. So there's something going on. There's something needs to change. Something isn't working in the right way. Maybe if you're working at home, you have to find a time to do it where it is not your family isn't distracting you, that you can actually focus better and you're going to get better results, okay? There's just something that has to come back, and it's going to bring back more value too for you, and it's actually going to be more profitable. So I feel there's going to be, when you find out what you actually want and you decide what you want this week in all areas of your life, you are going to be victorious. Now, if you'd like a private reading at the end of this, anybody who's listening, then please go to my website and look at the subscriptions on a monthly basis. And please remember to like, share and subscribe. Thank you so much for your support.